Yo, what's up, boys? Back at it with another rogue guide for you. This one's going to be Rogue Mage versus Warlock Druid, which is arguably probably our biggest counter. So what we're going to do, if you're new here, is we're going to run through a clip. I'm going to let you guys be exposed to it so you can kind of see the plays at real time. Then we're going to run it back, and then we're going to deep dive through it together so you can really understand the plays, the methodical thinking behind everything, and figure out just the process of winning against the comp. So again, if you like it, make sure to thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into it. Lock Druid, which is literally our hardest. I think it's our hardest counter. So we're going to let this ride so you guys can watch it.
No, I'm waiting for a cast. Waiting for cast. Oh, yeah, I'm Druid. Yeah.
Yep. The Druid, I'm blind here.
Yes, I'm Druid. Oh, fuck. All right, I'll wait.
Just go. I'll stop.
Yep.
Go ham.
Yep. I still got imp for the Druid.
I'll stop out again. I'll cheap Kenny.
All right. He's running. Okay, missiles on him. Big damage.
There's health. Just get ready for big heal.
Still.
I kick that. Stack him.
Yeah, big damage.
Find wounds up.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yes.
Ooh, that was hype. That was a fun game. That was a really fun game. So let's rewind and let's take a look at the madness. So human Warlock, rule number 1, don't go near. Do not go near. Okay, they will find you. All right. And sometimes if you are going up against Lock Rogue, take off your magic buffs so the pet can't consume magic. Or there's an ability that the Warlock can do where if you shadow step them, they'll actually eat the magic buff on you, and it'll cause you to get out of stealth even though like they can't actually see you. So just a little pro tip right there. Click off the buffs, and then you're good for like a shadow step sap or something like that.
CS. You need big CS.
So from here,
No.
From here, it was kind of like a little bit of an improv. I do know that I wanted to go all in on Warlock, and I wanted to babysit the Druid and force the trinket and have the mage go super in. And then once the Druid has to hard cast, that's when the imp CS will come in, and that will secure our win. So I will help damage on Warlock. I will babysit the Druid and then go back Warlock, force the trinket. But then from there, the next big heal that he has will be an MCS. That was our goal from the get-go. So here we go. I opened up with a Shiv. I don't know how he found me, but he did, which was unfortunate because ideally it would have been perfect if I got a Gyro, but I didn't get the Gyro. I got an exposed armor, which was another mistake. I should have done a rupture. I should have done a Gyro and a rupture. I think my auto attack broke the stealth, and I should have done a rupture to add and help the damage for my mage because I really want this to be a 1v1 essentially. The first global out of stealth was cure poison because the Druid wants those wounds off because of how much of an effect that they have. So from here, I go for a blind. The Druid didn't want to trinket just because the Warlock's at 67% health, probably has belt, probably has health stone. And he was like, hey, you know what? Let me see what's going on here. I want to test the waters and see what's up. Maybe I don't need to trinket this.
I'll wait.
Because of that, I had an opportunity to go to the Warlock, but I decided to U-turn and stop. The reason why I wanted to is because I knew if I went the Warlock and he trinketed, I would have actually been out of range and he wouldn't have been able to get a hot through. And that hot is just not what we want. We don't want to allow that. So here we go. I U-turn because I knew there wasn't enough time to be able to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sap and babysit because now he's at 62% and Kush is obviously winning the 1v1. So since my mage is winning the 1v1, I can now babysit and stack the pressure. And if he really dominates the 1v1, we even might be able to get a trinket on sap and then we can get a full stun go. So that's really cool. That's the most ideal setup that we want to get. But let's see how it plays out. So I go for the sap. Little early, I could have stretched that out probably another second, but here we go. 66%. He's really just trying to heal. My boy is going in on the damage. I noticed that there's an opportunity since it's a fresh sap that I can potentially help because the Druid is now thinking, okay, well, wait a second. If it's just the mage, I know I can survive this. I know we can survive this. I don't have to trinket. If the rogue wants to babysit me, that's totally fine. You're trash, bro. I'm going to hold my trinket. But what I do is I throw some jutsu on him. I hit him with a Garo Rupture, use the sprint boost from the Shadow Step, hit the jump, vanish, sprint, and a sap, and we go straight into a babysit. Now, what's great about this is now I have pre-med, so I can lock in immediately on a full kidney. So Locke's still back at 67. I think he just uses Health Stone. He definitely just uses Death Coil. So Health Stone and Death Coil I think are both gone. I think he still has Shield though. So from here, I'm going to babysit another.
I'll cheap kidney.
I actually could have done another sap here, but I didn't. I could have double sapped. I could have triple sapped. And then I could have held the kidney for a little, or the cheap shot for a little bit longer. But then from there, I knew the trinket was coming out because at that point, everything is gone. We got sap DR, we got cheap DR, we got our kidney DR, and he's got our blind. This druid literally sat physically everything. But now I'm able to connect on the Warlock with all of my goes, and I go immediately into stacking wounds. Immediately, I wanted to go stack, and I did get really good RNG. I got really, really good RNG. All of my hits stacked. That also adds damage to my exposed armor. Surprisingly enough, is still there. So I'm getting the benefit, hitting the 666 straight Satan on this guy. And then I pop cloak. I pop cloak because of multiple reasons. If I got NS'd for some reason, if I got NS cloned, which I don't think would have been a thing, but might force my trinket. And then that could be maybe like a coil. Because at the time, I'll tell you right now, I didn't see the coil. I didn't know that he used it. So I didn't want to like eat anything like that. I did resist something. The druid definitely came down and popped something, whether that was an NS clone or something. But right now, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to lock out the first heal. Because if the druid wants to just keep hots on, he can. But look at him. He only has one hot on him right now. It's not going to be enough for our tempo because we just have so much already. So the goal was literally to get as much damage in to get the druid as behind as possible for him to force cast. And then on that cast, we get an MCS from the mage and then we lock it down. That's why I kicked the fear, because I didn't want my mage to either trinket. I didn't want my mage to use Will of Forsaken, because the Will, it does a global and that can put him behind. And I wanted that to be avoided at all costs.
Yeah, big damage.
Let's go.
Boom.
What fucking talk about?
Little hype there, right? Little hype there, boys. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel because we're going to be doing these series and we're going to be doing these breakdowns every single day. So make sure not to miss them, that you're subscribed with the bell on. And if you'd like to see any specific comps, let me know down in the comments. I'm always taking inspiration from you guys down below, seeing what you guys want to see. So make sure to let me know what you guys like to see next and we'll make it happen. All right. Cheers, boys.